As I told you, I was walking the day and I saw right after the Knicks lost. I saw OG like walking down 8th Avenue, but he's wearing like the full hoodie in the black and the shorts. It was funny. It was like 80. It was like the first day that hit like in the 80s, like 14th Street. But it was real funny. It's been a wild time. But either way,
live from the MC.
You want to talk about the Knicks since you brought up OG?
I would love to talk about the Knicks. It was one of those years where, as a Knicks fan, got my Allen Houston poster. I think that it was like, I'm so glad for them, and I don't want them. Everyone's been talking about Giannis and Jason Kidd. I feel like they'll definitely get Jason Kidd, but my point is, Giannis at what cost? And he's not even guaranteed that he says he's not even going to guarantee re-signing. So to give up Cat, who's just like, people forget who he was the whole season. I'm just saying, as a Knicks fan, this season was...
We can't give up Cat.
A1. But people are talking about their...
Can't give up Cat. Come
OG for Giannis, and I think it's a mistake. Like, if we can get him, or wait like a year or two and get him like off free agency, like just don't re-sign anywhere and just let, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like we can't give up, like, we got, like all these kids, all these people that we got to keep. They fired Tibbs.
I was just about to ask you that.
Tibbs.
What are your thoughts on the Knicks firing Tibbs?
I think it was necessary.
It
was necessary. I'm going to tell you why. I'm a big, I follow all this X stuff, all this stuff. There were certain players who basically were like, listen, like we lost people like Obi Toppin, who's now about, not close, so he's probably not going to win, or Hartstein, not really, but let's say Obi. Because we just never played him. We had all these young guys that like really statistically.
I mean, the Pacers don't really play Obi like that.
No, they don't. But like, there's been certain games he's been in there. My point is that we've gone through players, and basically a lot of players said to him at their like exit interviews, because everyone been talking about that. Dolan, it's funny because that he's got that crazy money. The owner of the Knicks, he owns the Sphere in Las Vegas. You know what the Sphere is? Is that like that giant dome thing? So he's been gone for months, and he's been letting Leon Rose handle the Knicks, basically. But now he's back, and now the Knicks are popular again. All of a sudden, the first thing they did was they fired the coach, like real quick,
Yeah.
They might get Jason Kidd. He would love it. I mean, listen, I was big
Jason Kidd back in the city.
I grew up with Jason Kidd, man. Like, I mean, he's a smart dude. He's coached Jalen. Like, I would definitely see no issues with that. I've heard a couple of different names. Tibbs was just, has a stuck in this like mindset, and he's kind of stuck in his ways. And the thing is, the Knicks, I feel like, had this like 5-6 year span. I feel like they want to win now. And I'm just saying, like he tried to start new things towards the end of that series in the Pacers, when he started playing Mitchin for defense and also things that he should have done. McBride is another great defensive player. So like I feel like didn't maximize on the, and if I was the owner, if I was the general manager, I'd be like, yo, you're not really like maximizing on the pieces that I gave you here. Like you just didn't play these people, and then these guys got tired, and then like no one had any flow. And I'm just saying, the new NBA teams, if you're looking at OKC, if you're looking at Halliburton, they're just throwing the ball around. Like they don't like it doesn't matter. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's like there's nobody who's just like that main person. You know what I'm saying? I mean, or maybe there's like one main dude like SGA for OKC. I mean, everyone loves Halliburton right now, but I mean, honestly, I'm a Knicks fan from like I have like fears, like that yellow uniform, like Reggie, like I lived through all those those days. So like when I heard we were playing, and again we lost last year, and then like there is no team, and even when we beat Boston, I was like, oh, now we got the Pacers. And it is what it is. Like I've been traumatized. Like I was like, yo, as a Knicks fan, like I've watched this go bad, like multiple times.
I remember.
Yeah, we remember. Like we're there. I was a witness. We were witness.
The last time was actually 2012, 2013. Paul George's Pacers took us out of the playoffs, the second round. That was with Carmelo Anthony's Knicks.
Brother. They have been, if you were a Knicks fan, I think they hold it like 94 times they've played in the playoffs. It's a crazy number. We'll have to chat GPT that one and find out how many times. All I do, I chat GPT everything. But yeah, no, it's definitely one of those things. And the Knicks.
What do you think about, do you think the 2012, 2013 Knicks could take on this year's Knicks?
I feel like this year's Knicks are just so cohesive. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that the time of like the big three is over. Like that whole, like, you know, like now it's like you have to have this bench. You have to be able to move. You have to like, you know, get all these transition points that, you know, like how many points did the Knicks lose, you know, on turnovers? I think it was like 122 points in the series to the Pacers. Like they were just transition Siakam. Like, you know, there was that one game, the game one, that kid Nesmith. I never heard of that guy's name, Aaron Nesmith. Okay, until that day, he had 6 straight threes in the fourth quarter of the game one of that series. I never heard of this person. I never seen him before. I was like, just keep letting him shoot. Like the first 2 times, I was like, oh, let him shoot, because I, you know, like everyone else was covered. And guess what? That, you know, so it was. But as a Knicks fan, I'm just saying that I was very relieved. I was very like very pleased with the season because they were competitive the whole way through. Like, you know what I'm saying? There wasn't a game where you were like, yo, they're about to get, you know, like maybe they had some like OKC, they couldn't beat. There were a couple of teams, but listen, they came back. They beat Boston. Can we get a cheers? Can we get the button?
Oh, some shots for
we beat Boston. Listen, that counts for so much in my heart that like I can't.
We made it out of the second round.
Listen, it is what it is. Everyone's saying whatever, and you know, the Detroit Pistons were a solid team. That, you know, like, you know, so I think that big things, but I think that they need another ball handler. They need somebody else besides like Jalen, whatever it is. So it's gonna be a great time. And
Giannis would be a good fit, but we can't give up Cap.
We can't give up the whole. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't do this mega trade for Giannis. So let's, you know, like God bless you, Greek freak, but I'm just saying I believe in the team that we have. We should have played. Was it 55? It was Hakapuro. Like we, you know, there were some dudes in there that we just didn't play at all. And in the playoffs, that's why Precious left. It's just like we just didn't play them. And so, you know, go Knicks. Great, you know, great year. And I'm just hoping they build from this. I think Jalen's going to be better. I think Hart's going to be better. I think McCaw's going to get his money and be better. You know, like I'm just saying that they were real fun to watch, and I was like really proud to be a Knicks fan, like for the first time, you know, in a long time.
Live from the MC.